What's up, people? How are you doing? How's everything? We are waxing the super great. It's been like a minute, it's been like a second, it's been like forever. But we are back again. This is Football Fan Channel. Yes, tell us what you think. And to the most beautiful part about this beautiful game, none other than football. Right? We had a dramatic week, which was full of surprises, and we're gonna get into much details, but we'll start with the big one, which is Wolves in deep trouble. And I can safely say the ship is sinking. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know. What do you think about Wolves sitting right at the bottom? Like, I don't know, it's going to the bottom of the log and it's not looking good for them.
Yo, my brother, Wolves, I still agree with you. Like, the ship is sinking, man. They did not start the league in a good form. It's not looking nice for them because, bro, they're in the bottom of the league. And knowing Wolves, by the time when the Kuna, a few of these players that left, they were competing, man, in Premier League. But this season, it looks like they're struggling a lot. And with how they started the league, if they keep on going like this, I see them being relegated this season. They can't even defend a goal. So that's hard. In Premier League, if you can't defend a goal, these teams are gonna come for you. And yeah, man, it's sad, but it is what it is.
Starting with the catching up and the biggest one, which is the big one. I don't know what's happening, but it's not looking good for Liverpool, and Liverpool is in a very big trouble after spending some big monies on Reeds. You talk of your biggest striker in the Premier League. You got the best right back in the world. Frimpong is in your team and things are not looking good. And like they say, they always say Van Dijk is the best defender. I don't agree with that though. But in their terms, they're saying the best defender now is the best click for these strikers, and it's hectic.
Yeah, man, like Liverpool, I think I saw one of these pundits. I think it was James Carragher, like on one of his shows with Micah Richards, when he was saying the way Liverpool is playing this season, you don't see them competing for anything. Because if you check their games, you can see that they've been winning on the last minute, man. It's either a penalty or a last goal or something like this, which is not cool. Like, this is not their style of play. If they keep playing on that, they're gonna lose. And coming to this game of Chelsea that they lost, man, I don't know what's happening with Vets. He hasn't find his form yet at Liverpool. He had a chance of drawing that game, but you can see this thing of having certain players who don't track players. Like Salah couldn't track Cucurella on that last goal, left wing back for Liverpool, getting exposed with two players. When you have two players coming for you, you're confused of who to mark and who to not. You find yourself in no man's land. That's what happened there. And while he's still figuring out where to go, a good pass from Fernandes to Cucurella, and then the Brazilian boy was waiting. Estavia was waiting on the far corner. It was waiting to just deliver it, and just like that, they lost it. So, man, it's not really about this Chelsea game, but the way they've been playing on these first games, I also see that they can't compete. They are not consistency in the type of football that they are playing. Although Ekitike was scoring goals and stuff, but the way Liverpool has been winning the games, it doesn't give champions, man. You should see City when they were winning Premier League back to back. The way they were playing, the way they are playing, they can't do back to back on Premier League with that type of performance.
Without keeping you on that one, and I'm going to none other than your team has been on the verge of a decisive verge, whereby we are winning against only these smaller teams. But when we beat Chelsea, everybody kept quiet. Manchester United, I think, let's say they find their rhythm back, and with Sheshko and Mount seeing the net, that was a major boost in the camp, and for the coach again, and seeing the goalkeeper Lamens, it was really a shocker, and that's something great, because at this point everybody was last like no out. So with this win, I think it will boost the way we see the coach and staff and the whole dressing room. Only that at times we have the team, but we were playing the wrong player at the wrong time at times. So for me, I will see it that way, because right now as it stands, it's moving. The 3-5-2 is moving. Those defenders are waking up, and right now is gonna be a crisis for us now, because Martinez is gonna come back. You're gonna have three left back in the team, or else he's gonna use the back four, or he's just gonna stick to his 3-5, because we're talking about Luke Shaw, Martinez, and Dogu, and don't forget this small boy who just came from South America. So we have like kind of surplus on the right, on the left, and it's looking very, very good. And I don't know, what do you think about that?
There's just one thing that is said earlier on that I kind of disagree with you. When you said they found their rhythm, they did not find any rhythm. They can't win any back-to-back games. We all know he's doing the same thing that Ten Hag was doing with us. When he's on the verge of losing his job, he goes and wins the game. When he's on the verge of losing, he goes and wins the game. He wins this game, he's gonna lose the next game. Win this game, like I'm still sticking to him leaving, man. I'm still stuck there. He has to leave. He has to leave. But you know what? Not only talking about negative, we won, and that brings good energy to the camp. We're going for an international break. At least players come back with confidence. So at least it's a good thing for the team, man, going to international break with a win. But man, like you said, Martinez is coming back and we're gonna have surplus on the left. I feel like playing Luke Shaw there because we don't have anyone, man. If Martinez comes, he has to automatically take Luke Shaw out and come in there. Luke Shaw has to compete with Dorgu because also Dorgu is not sometimes he's not really putting good performances. They're not consistent, man, these players. Like, we're not talking about Manu, there's a lot of talking points there. Like, I saw one of the broadcasts that he went on. He was talking like, no, the pundit has been complaining about the city and he's worried that the pundits are going into his players' heads and that's why they're losing games and stuff. Nah, man, you're a coach. You can't come up with excuses of losing games and saying pundits are getting into players' heads. Why? If you're playing for Manu, then someone comment that you are not playing good and then it gets into your head and now you can't play good. Then that means you're not a good player for Manu. Because if you're playing for us as fans, we're gonna talk when you lose. We're gonna talk when you're not performing. You can't keep on defending Bruno Fernandes like that, saying, "Hey, this penalty is against your head." Nothing like that. When they're not performing, they're not performing at all. But man, kudos to Mason Mount, kudos to Lamens, kudos to Sesko. They had a good game. At least they gave us something to talk about when we're going for the international break. What's happening in the next game? Maybe this is gonna help us to build, or I don't know. But hopefully we're gonna build from this. But yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on to the next one, which is Nottingham Forest. Boss, it's going from bad to worse, which is a big blow to Big Ange. You see, Big Ange. It's kind of amazing when you get a job from another manager who was running the team, getting to the top four. Then all of a sudden, the same players, they can't even win a game with you. It's something that you need to question on what's happening here, because it all started with the owner. Question what's happening in the ground, bruh. You are the sponsor of the team. You don't get into the philosophy of the game, who to play, who should. No. The fact that you like Bruno Fernandes as the owner, it doesn't qualify you to come and tell me Bruno must play every day. Yes, I understand to some extent. On this scene, I'm seeing reverse psychology, something that is happening again. It's coming again at Nottingham Forest, which is unfortunate because Nottingham Forest was a team that we were looking up to. Everybody was like, this kind of a giant that is erupted from the trenches, but already it's not looking good. It's not looking good because if we look at the tables quickly, it's something else. And I don't know. Just give me a point. What do you think about that?
Nottingham Forest is the same as Wolves because that owner of Nottingham Forest, he did bad to that coach. I don't know. I don't remember. Is it no before they go to Poch? But man, he did bad. That man took Nottingham Forest from nothing to up there to competing number 2, number 3, number 4, or 4 or 5, 6, and then you fire that man. You come down after a loss on a game. You have words with the coach in front of the fans, which is so unprofessional. You come down, you complain certain things, and then the season ends. You fire that man. Now you have fired that man. You brought in Ange, who was fired by Tottenham because he almost got them relegated. Even if you managed to win them a Europa against Man U, which was losing anyway. But Ange almost got Tottenham to be relegated. Ange is not different with Amorim. Both of them, they were competing on number 14 and 15 on the Premier League last season. And you take someone who is committing 4-5, you throw him away. You take someone who's on 14, you bring him up. You bring Ange, who is struggling with the Tottenham team that has got better quality than your team, and you think he's gonna come and make your team play more better. Like I don't understand some logic in it. And guess what? Ange comes 3. They're losing to some banana teams that I don't know. They're losing. I think that's what he was looking for. Let him suffer the consequences. But yeah, man, in football you learn from your mistakes.
Exactly. I think in all other beautiful news, our log leaders right now is Arsenal, and it's Arsenal which is, it's looking good for Arsenal because they win 5 games and they lost once and they draw once. So it's actually 5 out of 7, which is quite good right now, and it's looking perfect. The Premier League is looking like perfect for them, and without taking much much without taking credit away from them. Dickon Rice, Zubimendi, they were shining in that game, and we could see that it was a really will that was changed. So now they do fight a big blow because right now Odegaard is out. He's out on a knee injury and it's not even looking good for him. So which is very tricky because right now Arsenal with this winning streak that they were on, if anything happens, slightly mistake, you're out of the race. And this season again, the Premier League is still open for everyone. It's still open for everyone. And I understand your frustration from Amorim that the Premier League, how can you have Bournemouth on number 4 and Manchester United is a number 10? How can that happen in front of you? So it's one of those things that happen, and we are getting there. But for me, I was like, we couldn't celebrate against Sunderland. We can't celebrate winning against Burnley, winning against some small lying teams. No, it's not our portion. But for Arsenal, everything is looking good. Saka dominance, and I don't know, like what's the experience on this end? It's looking like super crispy for them.
Yeah, Arsenal they're playing good, man. But I feel like I'm still watching the Arsenal of last season. Even if they've added Zubimendi and Gyökeres there, I'm still watching the Arsenal of last season because I'm not Gyökeres. I haven't seen his really beast mode like the beast mode that I've seen when Haaland joined Man City. I haven't seen that in Gyökeres. Sometimes he goes late, sometimes he scores, but they won, man. Yes, they won against West Ham. I think it was 2-0 or something. They did win. Saka shines and yeah. But then, to be honest with you, I still don't feel like this is the season where Arsenal are gonna win Premier League. I still don't feel like that. Even if they won, I still feel like somehow they are gonna lose this thing. So I don't see that type of playing. I don't see them winning this league. Like, to be honest with you, for now on this first 5 or 7 games that we've played, I feel like the Premier League is still open to anyone. I've not yet seen a team that I would say, this one is going to take it. Nah, I feel like we're still open to anyone. But kudos to them. At least now they're on the top of the table. So if they keep on playing around there, they might compete for the thing as well. So it's just a matter of consistency. If you play like that, keep it like that. Yes, sir. We move.
Jack Grealish is finally get back his rhythm, and I think for me personally, looking into Grealish and the way Grealish does his thing is he just needed a team whereby he is the main figure in the team. He is the main, like in Aston Villa there, he was the main and you could see him shine. Now at Everton, week in, week out, we hear Grealish does that, Grealish does that. And going back to the Premier League like last season, against the City, I would call him a flop in the sense of you were bought for such big prices, and you didn't even get an impact. Yes, you win the Champions League, you were involved, but not necessarily you making an impact, of which the Premier League is not gonna say it like that because it's their own. They are there to roast the likes of what they call this. Anthony was a flop in Premier League. what about Grealish? Grealish flopped with Manchester City, and now we see the real beast in him coming out. It's looking good, and Everton are back to their winning ways. They managed to strike 2-1 against Crystal Palace. What do you think of that?
Everton, they managed to end unbeaten run of Crystal Palace. They managed to disappoint, and I didn't see them doing that, honestly. I thought Crystal Palace were going to win that game, but I feel like David Moyes have also gotten some rhythm going on there in Everton. I feel like he has managed to revive Grealish to his best form. But you know what? Grealish is more like Anthony, man. You see Anthony from Manchester United. Are those type of players who are not meant for big clubs. Because in big clubs, there's many talents in there. And when there's many talents, you can't compete. You can't be the main man and stuff. So I feel like that's how Jack Grealish is. He's not the type of person who can play for big clubs. I think he's good there in Aston Villa, Everton and stuff. Because he can't really compete with the talent. So if you're not ready to compete with the talent, you can't play for big clubs. You're gonna flop like you did. But yeah, man, great weekend for Everton, great weekend for David Moyes. They managed to secure a win.
And again, moving on to Leeds against the Londoners. Tottenham Hotspur, after the chairman stepping down, and they won against Leeds, and it was a disaster. The guys were not getting much attention at West Ham. I mean, like, I know I'm out. I'm going to Spurs. I think for me, Kudus is not a small team player. That guy is too good for these small teams, man. Of which we just need a full season with a coach who trusts him and see how best can he operate on. And yeah.